And we're live.
I've read, too, that all the shittiest deals are right at eye level. So at 5'8" is where the most overpriced items are, and then down at like 3'11" feet and inches wise, everything's cheap, and then up around like the 6'2" range, everything's cheap there.
Yeah, the dwarf
the midget's
privilege.
advantage.
Yeah.
Midget advantage, NBA player advantage.
the midget advantage.
Big.
That's it. That's all I got.
This whole world's
That's all
lined
I
up
got
for them
now.
to succeed.
That's all I've got.
Midget privilege. That's what it is.
I'd
Yeah.
hang myself from the shortest rope I could find. It'd actually be it'd be a longer rope, wouldn't it?
No, it'd
Yeah.
be a cheaper rope because you're talking about prices. You'd be buying.
No, he's suggesting that
No,
they
if I were
would
a
need
midget.
more rope to hang themselves because their necks are almost at floor level.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. You probably would need more rope.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
When you're right, you're right. and you're right. So
actually, as I think about the disabilities someone might have, midget, little person's not the worst of them.
No, it's not the worst of them. You could be one of those roly-poly fuck dolls I mentioned earlier. That would suck.
But I mean,
yeah, but
hey,
that's like somebody did that to you with a torch and a knife. Like you weren't born that way.
Kyle, let's say suicide wasn't an option, and you had to choose between
Suicide's always an option.
you had to have a one-arm disabled flipper, or maybe let's do both arms disabled flippers, or little person.
How much can I move my arms and like what is my grabbing capacity? Like what can I do?
Pretty much, you've got fully
Can I
functional
swim
elbows.
really well now?
You have gills.
So it's like this kind of functionality, like no thumbs, just kind of flip down.
Sure, I hadn't thought this through, but yeah, that works.
Oh, definitely, I'm taking flipper. Yeah.
What if you don't have like working fingers? You just like hands cut off, right? You've got wrists, so you can do all kinds of squeezing and manipulation. You could probably even figure out a way to eat that way.
Can't I get new hands? Like some even Edward Scissorhands style.
You could like tape a machete to your arm or something. There's workable
no, I
ways.
You're gonna
tape
go
a machete to my hand.
Jamie Lannister is all you can pull off, Kyle.
Oh,
I'm still taking the no hands guy.
Really? Oh no, I'd much rather be a little person. Look,
all right. Are we talking about like Peter Dinklage or like
Oh yeah, or Wee Man, or not Wee Man.
Vern
Mini Me.
Vern Troyer?
Yeah.
Mini
Yeah.
Me. Like if we're talking about Mini Me, I'm taking no hands. We're talking about Tyrion Lannister. I'm taking dwarf.
yeah, I
me
was
too.
thinking Peter Dinklage
Sausage
when I said
fingers.
that, right?
He's like the tallest
Another thing-
class.
I was watching a TV show about little people, and his brother was like normal size or average size, but I think they call him average size. Anyway, he's like, yeah, so in high school, my brother, he doesn't really clean up with the girls or anything, but he goes to a little person convention once or twice a year. And when he goes there, he's balling. Like all the girls are fawning over him. He is the king of the little people. Good looking kid. And
Is he himself a little person? I might have missed that tidbit.
the brother's normal sized, and the other brother that balls out is a little person too, right? So in high school, this little person, is not the king of the ball.
Yeah,
But-
nobody wants to fuck a midget. I got you.
But when he
And you're
goes to
saying
the
the little guy,
When he
he's
go-
doing well. Okay.
when he goes to the conventions, now he's
Among
the
his
belle
own
of the ball.
kind.
Yeah, right now he goes. And they showed him. I don't know if it's for the cameras. He literally had a girl on each arm. Like they were competing for his. Right. Kyle would never have a three-way. Right?
No, there's just something like inherently trashy about like the kind of.
Can
I don't
dwarves
know.
get pregnant, or are they kind of like
Where are you
mules?
going with this?
Yeah, they're
They
like
can get
mules.
pregnant.
Exactly. They
Their parents
They
were
can't
both
reproduce
little.
with one another. You have to find an actual. You have to find a human being. You have to get a human
find a
being and a
non-dwarf.
dwarf together, and then you can create another dwarf.
Jesus Christ.
Some people say they just spring out of the ground.
Do you guys remember the author Tucker Max, the guy who wrote those like I hope they serve beer in hell books about getting fucked up and fucking a bunch of chicks?
I never read him, but I know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a joke in one of those books. It's a really funny, but maybe the most offensive joke I can remember ever hearing. And I told it in front of a black guy one night when I was a little fucked up. The joke in the book is, I just saw a black midget walk by me. Can somebody remind me what's 1/2 times 3/5? I'm trying to figure out how much of a person he is.
3/6.
That's in that
3/10.
book. And I said that joke, like thinking that was okay to say in front of an African-American gentleman once. And it wasn't. It wasn't
Yes,
okay.
He didn't care for it.
Oh,
He didn't.
they've been
Like a
doing that
fucking
during
dick.
the Supreme Court. You know what? Someone help Amy Bennett something. What's her name? The Supreme
Wait,
Court.
what are we
judge.
talking about now?
The Supreme Court justice that they're interviewing right now for. She's going to get the job. Her name is Amy something.
Amy Barrett.
Yeah. Amy Barrett. Okay. So anyway, she has 7 children, and 2 of them are adopted, and they're black. So she also is this originalist, which means that she really likes to interpret the law and the Constitution as the founding fathers meant to do it. I could go on about that, but that's her thing. So they're like, here she is, pictured with her 6 1/5 children. There's 6 and 1 because there's 5 white ones and then 2 3/5 children, as the founding fathers would have determined.
What was the order of that? Did they adopt the 2 kids and then have 5 of their own kids, or did they have 5 kids and go, we can handle 2 more, but I don't want to get pregnant 2 more times? Because if they already had 5 kids, what are you doing, man?
I'm not sure
Go
at
to
all.
7.
The adopted kids look older in the pictures, but you don't know that maybe they didn't get them as little kids. Maybe they got like 10-year-olds.
They skipped the hard years. That would be the biggest benefit to adoption, is that you're like, all right, like if you were going to adopt right now, like Kyle, it's a gun to your head situation. You have to adopt a child or have a child of your own. Think about
Pull
this.
the trigger.
You pulled the trigger.
No, pussy.
Kyle, there's a better plan. Adopt a
No, but
child
Kyle,
that
you
is
are,
17 years and 11 months old.
It can't be that old, but let's say you get yourself a prime
You
2000.
got any without any arms or legs?
I'm trying to make money on this endeavor. Just gonna feed it fucking Alpo and
Fucking baby food. Fucking baby.
Oh, you
Ice
have to
chip.
kiss it, Kyle or Taylor.
like
Think
it's
ahead.
like it's fucking RoboCop. He only ate the baby food. Just
You could definitely, it'd be way easier to adopt a kid that was like 8 and you like already potty trained or can already talk.
I want one that
Then
can work a
adopt
fucking job. At least 9.
You think that kids who get adopted at like 16 are like, why even bother? You know?
No, they
No.
want a fucking forever
Like,
home.
I'm so
God damn
close
it!
to the end.
Why even bother? You think they want to be on the streets at 17?
Well, no, but there's got to be a little feeling of insulted, right? Like you live your whole life in a foster home. You're seeing people get snagged up like puppies in the pound, and then someone chooses you at like 16 and a half. You can already drive. And it's like,
I can just imagine the conversation. Like, thank you so much, Mr. Wilson, for finally adopting me. I've been in that home for 14 years. I've waited so long for someone that would really love me. And he's just like, I just needed some tax breaks. It's been a good year.
yeah,
Taylor-
you are. We're gonna name you dependent.
I
You
got
are
2 kids.
fuckable, I must say.
My
Well,
coworker
no.
did that. She adopted. She was really sweet. She adopted 2 Russian kids, and they intended to adopt one, but it turned out they were brother sister. And they're like, well, we're not just gonna like grab one and be like, yeah, you're not as cute. So they grabbed both of them, and they were oldish, maybe not 16, but call them like they might have been maybe 16, 14 or 15, 13. Like we're ballparking it here.
What other
And-
teens could they have been? Certainly not 17.
17, 17,
30, 40, 50,
15.
60, 17, 18, 19-ish.
I'm saying they were 2 years apart. I was trying to pick
Oh, okay.
pairs. And anyway, it was pretty cool. And I think these kids really like their family. She was well to
Yes,
do.
he's much better than home.
Dude, their home was very nice. And I think, like they land in this situation. Suddenly college is not just an option, but an expectation. And the kids were pretty smart. Their English was pretty good. They were native Russian. And I think Taylor had this idea that like, what's the point? No, they stay their children for the rest of their lives. Like that lasts a long time.
I mean, that part makes 100% sense.
Why don't you
It's
adopt
just-
a kid?
Me?
Not you.
You want me to adopt
I
a
can't
kid?
tell who you're talking to.
What age?
Talking to
should
the
I-
one without any fucking kids. The one over here that's playing Russian roulette every night with his cock.
Every night I'm impressed, Taylor.
That is true.
Now I think you're
and-
talking about me. I don't know what you're talking about now.